Hi, our team chose Salsa Valentina to do this pia, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the history. That is, the Salsa Valentina story begins in 1960 in Guadalajara, when Manuel Maciel Méndez founded Salsa Tamazuela SADCB with the goal of preserving the authentic flavor of Mexican cuisine. The company created Salsa Valentina, a product that has become a true icon for a Mexican flavor around the world. Today, Salsa Tamazuela exports its products internationally, offering well-known brands such as Valentina, Tamazuela, and Costa Brava. The company mission is to produce high-quality sauces that maintain the authenticity taste of Mexico using natural ingredients and ensuring food safety in every process. And its vision is to become a global leader in Mexican hot sauces, recognized for authenticity, innovation, and sustainability, bringing the flavor of Mexico to every corner of the world.
I'm going to talk about the product characteristics. The main ingredients of Valentina sauce are guajillo chili peppers, vinegar, salt, and some spices. The flavor of the salt is spicy in with a sour flavor that with a hint of vinegar that makes it so addictive. The bottle presentation, the bottle comes in a 370 glass bottle, which should be stored in a cold dry place, and it has a shelf life of 18 months unopened. And Valentino sauce is one of the most favorite here in Mexico, and it has presence in around 30 countries around the world. Quantity and price. We're going to export 300 boxes that contain 12 bottles of sauce each box to Japan in a container to Yokohama, Japan. The price of each bottle that we're going to export it is of $2.50. So each box is going to cost $30. And the price of the value of the 300 boxes is of $9,000.
Hello, my name is Giselle Rodriguez, and I'm going to explain a little about transport in this process. For the export of salsa valentina from Apodaca, Nuevo León to Japan, we choose an intermodal transportation method combining land and sea. First, an empty 20-foot container is sent from the port of Manzanillo to the Salsa Tomasula warehouse in Apodaca, where it's loaded with the product. Then, the full container returns to the port to start its journey to Yokohama, Japan. This combination is the best balance between cost, safety, and efficiency. Land transport allows flexibility in Mexico, while sea transport is the most economical option for large volumes like this. The shipment is made in a full container load to avoid mixing cargo with other products and also to protect the product during the transit. Finally, according to the SOLAS convention, the verified gross mass of the container must be declared before shipping. We use a certified scale to weigh the full container and ensure compliance with international standards. The optimal route for exporting Valentina sauce is an intermodal logistics system that combines land and sea transportation to ensure efficiency and cost effectiveness. First, an empty container is collected at the Port of Manzanillo and transported by truck to the Salsa Tomasula warehouse in Apodaca, located in the Carlos Industrial Park. There, the boxes are packed, loaded, and weighed to verify the gross mass according to the SOLAS standards. Next, the full container travels by road from Monterrey back to Manzanillo, covering around 1,144 kilometers. We select this port because it offers great infrastructure and frequent shipping routes to Asia, including Japan. Finally, in Manzanillo, custom and security procedures are complete before loading the container into the internal cargo ship bound to Yokohama, Japan. The sea transfer takes around 22 days and operates under the safe Incoterm. To estimate the total cost of transporting this product to Japan, we consider both land and sea stages of the logistic process. First, for land transportation, there are two trips, one for moving the empty container from Manzanillo to Apodaca and another to returning the full container to the port. Each trip covers about 1,144 kilometers and an average cost of 46 pesos per kilometer. The trip with the empty container costs about $1,430, and the one with the full container about $2,850, giving a total land transportation cost of approximately $5,280, with a duration of 2 days per route. Finally, for international maritime transport, the goods are shipped from Manzanillo to Japan in a 20-foot container with the cost of $954, with a 22-day transit time across the Pacific Ocean. Basically, the total estimated transport cost is therefore about $6,244.
Hi, I'm Fatima and I will be presenting the part about the export documentation and import requirements for exporting salsa valentina from Mexico to Japan. To begin, exporting requires following legal and logistical steps to make sure that the product can enter another country safely and correctly. The commercial invoice includes the main details of the transaction such as the buyer, seller, product value, and Incoterm. It's one of the key documents required by customs. Then we have the packing list, shows how the salsa valentina shipment is packed, including the number of boxes, pallets, and total weight. It helps inspectors verify the cargo. Then the certificate of origin confirms that salsa valentina is a Mexican product. Under the Mexico-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement, it enters Japan with 0% customs duty. The bill of lading issued by Maersk Line works as proof of shipment and ownership of the goods. It includes container, seal, and voyage details from Mexico to Japan.
Hello, my name is Carolina La Rosa, and I'm going to talk about the process of exporting salsa valentina from Mexico to Japan. In this presentation, I will explain the main requirements related to packaging and labeling, certifications, and tariff fraction of the product. To successfully export salsa valentina from Mexico to Japan, it is essential to follow both Mexican and Japanese regulations for packaging and labeling. These rules ensure that the product arrives in perfect condition and meets all the health and marketing standards required by Japan. First, the primary packaging refers to the bottle that contains the sauce. It must be made of food-grade material approved by the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. The container should be airtight, resistant to the product acidity, and strong enough to handle long international transport. Then, the secondary packaging protects the bottles during shipment. They must be placed in corrugated cardboard boxes with internal dividers and arranged on pallets that meet international phytosanitary standards. This packaging is designed for intermodal transportation. And as for labeling, it must be written in Japanese and follow the Food Labeling Act supervised by the Consumer Affairs Agency. It should include information such as the expiration date, storage conditions, and importer details. This label can be printed directly in Mexico or added in Japan as a Japanese sticker, as long as it follows all legal requirements. When exporting food products to Japan, meeting the required quality and safety standard is essential. In the case of salsa valentina, no special certification is needed because it is a processed and non-organic product. However, it is highly recommended that the production process follows good manufacturing practice and a system of hazard analysis and control of critical points. This system ensures that the product is safe, hygienic, and traceable throughout all stages of production and transportation. Japan also has the Japanese Agricultural Standard Certification, which applies only to organic products. Since salsa valentina is not an organic product, this certification does not apply in this case. Finally, before the goods enter Japan, the importer must submit a food import notification to the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. This document confirms that the product complies with Japanese food safety regulations and it is suitable for sale to consumers. When regarding customs classification, according to Mexico's Tariff Information System, salsa valentina belongs to Chapter 21, which includes miscellaneous edible preparations. The specific tariff fraction for this product is 2103.9099, which refers to preparations for sauce, mixed condiments, and seasonings. The official unit of measurement for this category is a kilogram. This classification is important because it determines how the product will be declared and at customs and what taxes or import duties may apply when it arrives in Japan. Correct identification of this code helps guarantee a smooth and legal export. Regarding customs,
The purchase order is a legal agreement between Grupo Tamazula and Nihon Foods. It defines the price, quantity, payment terms, and responsibilities under the Incoterm CIF, Yokohama. Japan has strict import rules. Under the Food Sanitation Act, importers must submit a food import notification before customs release. Labels must follow CAA standards and be in Japanese, showing ingredients, allergens, expiration date, and imported details. Products from Mexico that follow the EPA can enter duty-free, but are still subject to a 10% domestic tax.